Hey guys, Beretta USA here. In today's video, covering the Dan Wesson Enhanced Compact Pistol, or really, I think it should have been called the Enhanced Carry Pistol, because this thing does not have a compact frame. This utilizes the full-size government-style magazines. It does have a smaller compact style slide. I would have called it the Carry Pistol instead, but Dan Wesson's going to do what they're going to do, right? So starting to cover this pistol, let's first cover the slide profile itself. You can see that blockier look for a 1911. It's got that tri-top style slide, fully serrated top strap at 30 LPI, I believe. Rear of the slide and frame. You can see the ejector there on the left and the extractor on the right. Really well blended for a production gun. Safety, absolutely tremendous. A defined stop, no over travel at all. Although, again, as a production gun and even some custom guns, you can see the hole underneath the safety ever so slightly. Look at that bull barrel on this 1911. This 1911 is running a flat wire recoil spring, so it is extremely smooth. According to Dan Wesson's website, that flat wire recoil spring will last about 15,000 rounds, or 15,000 cycles of the slide, of course. And that is quite a bit more than a traditional dual recoil spring on a compact 1911. It's really good that Dan Wesson is running that in this pistol, as well as the TCP, to give you that enhanced service life out of your pistols. Brass bead front sight, U-notch style rear, nice sight picture, ledge style rear sight as well, so you can rack it off some if need be. Match grade barrel, again, 45 ACP if I didn't mention it already, so you can utilize all your full-size 1911 magazines in this pistol. Talking about magazines, what we've got here is a flush-fitting Dan Wesson 8-round magazine, so for concealed carry, this might be the magazine that you use. Again, this is actually made by Checkmate for Dan Wesson. You can see that right there. But this is a 8-round flush-fitting magazine. Really nice combination as far as that flat profile in combination with your bobtail rear on the ECP pistol. Bobtail mainspring housing is very nice. Carry contour. I don't mind either profile as far as a traditional squared off profile right here or the bobtail style. In combination with the low profile mainspring housing, you've also got thin profile G10 grips on this pistol. I think these are made by VZ Grips on this 1911. So what Dan Wesson does is they put the thin profile bushings in and then they run the thin profile grips. Slightly more ergonomic feeling of a grip when you run thin profile grips. Moving back to talking about the magazines again, so you've got that lip down here on this 8-round mag, so if you had to, you could strip that magazine out of there. Because this is running, again, full-size mags, you got this magazine right here is a Tripp McCormick railed power mag, 8-rounder again. So you can see the difference in the base plate profile. These things just shoot out of the pistol. Very nice, very high quality mags. Checking out the beaver tail sensitivity. It's right there. It's about 50 to 60%. There you go. Talking about the trigger, it is about 5 pounds. I'll roll in right now a trigger pull of it from a previous video. Let's see what it reads at. 5 pounds. We're just gonna go with that. Dan Wesson ECP. Again, self-defense trigger. Love the safety, super positive. Very tight. That's the way you want it to be. No need to change that plunger spring or anything like that to a Wilson Combat spring. Slightly extended magazine release right there. Really nice, super high quality, feels tremendous when pressing and using it. Looking back at the bobtailed frame here, really well beveled magazine well. Makes it tremendous when you're putting in a fresh mag. Interesting. So talking about the Checkmate mags, you see it right here, it is not locking back. Now let's try this magazine. What do you know? Live on camera, showcasing the difference in 1911 magazines and quality levels and stuff like that. So for some odd reason, this follower is not wanting to lock back on the Checkmate mag, but again, on the Tripp McCormick mag, no problems. What about the 10-rounder? There you go. Interesting. Now you got me wondering, will it work in this bad boy? Look at that, it's wanting to falsely lock it up. Interesting. Let's try the 10-rounder. Positive lock back. Interesting. Wilson Combat ETM mag. There you go, guys. That's a live representation of why sometimes I don't trust Checkmate magazines. The only magazines I really trust for serious use are CobraMags, the Tripp McCormick's, or the Wilson Combat Mags. Two different pistols having issues with this magazine, and I didn't expect it to have an issue. And you can see it is a DW marked magazine. Okay. This right here is one of your extendos. So Wilson Combat 10 round extended mag. Again, super high quality, you guys. Very well made. The only extended mags that I've really had issues out of have been the Mekgar 10 or 11 rounders. But again, that's how that looks. Locks in the front, so you don't have any extra movement here in it. There you go. Super high quality 1911. Again, a 4-inch bull barrel. This is a really nice upper end carry gun if you can handle the additional cost of this pistol, of course. MSRP runs about $1,739 if I remember right on this pistol, so slightly over $1,700. I believe back when we purchased this pistol back in 2018 or 2019 that it was like $1,400, $1,500 being a blim pistol, so it was like $200 off your standard non-blim models. The Dan Wesson blims are normally pretty superficial because, again, the quality of the machinery over there at Dan Wesson is really high end. So when their pistols come out, they normally come out perfectly. It's rare that you're going to run into an issue with a Dan Wesson other than like a rusty hammer if it's not a duty coated hammer. Speaking of duty coating, the entire pistol has been duty coated, and this is running an aluminum alloy frame if I didn't mention it, so it is a little bit lighter weight compared to other 1911s in its size. Speaking of weight, this one comes in at 29 ounces unloaded. See if you have any movement on that barrel. As if. Now I did notice the slide stop has a little bit of movement in this one. Again, it's a production gun. That ain't bad, you guys. How's the trigger fit on this? Super, super well fit. Let's see how it pulls. Really good reset. Holy. Beautiful trigger and how it pulls and resets. Tremendous. I really like the flat face profile and also the K style to that trigger. All right, real quick, I want to cover some holster options for the Dan Wesson ECP here. This is a Kramer gun leather holster made out of horsehide, super high quality leather holster, made here in the Pacific Northwest. Specifically, this one was bought for the Kimber Pro Carry 2 way back in the day when we had those pistols. Fantastic retention, fantastic quality, Kramer gun leather out of Washington State. This right here is a Galco concealment leather holster with a thumb brake retention strap. If you guys are gonna get a Galco, I suggest you get a thumb brake style like this so that you have some good retention. The retention level on a standard non-thumb brake style Galco is not to the same level as this Kramer. So there's a slight difference in the quality of the leather products, just like anything else. That's one of the problems with some of these 1911s, and especially some of the overseas ones, especially in the past before like TSOS put forged parts on their guns. Guys, they felt absolutely horrible. Nothing to like the quality level of a Dan Wesson or a custom level gun like a Les Baer, Wilson Combat, or Nighthawk, etc. And of course, you can't expect it to be that kind of quality as to the price that you're paying, but also you got to know what you're getting into, you guys. It's not gonna traditionally be that level of quality that you're gonna get out of an American-made, all-forged pistol. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. And people that will tell you that it is the same are just out of their minds. They are living in their own version of a reality that is not real life. That's just the facts. It is what it is. And again, from owning a couple TSOSs, I've learned to respect them overall. They're pretty well made, but they aren't the be-all end-all, and neither is this, you know what I mean? This is a really amazing option, though. And that's the thing. I'm really glad that we have options out there in every price category so that people have the ability to choose what they want at the price point that they can afford. I present you with the Dan Wesson ECP with the bull barrel, 19 by God 11. And as always, remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.